Hi, thank you. I'm just going. I don't have a. I don't have a slide. I'm just carrying it. I don't have slides. I guess the panelist members have already mentioned what are the things that we can do to engage communities much more effectively and efficiently. But for me, my engagements in the previous year's conferences led me to some reflection. The global HIV agenda and its actors, that includes me, have become driven by data. Although we take different approaches in addressing HIV, these approaches share one common aspect. They are directed by the strategies set by the global standards. We experience a shift of priorities into reaching globally accepted goals defined exclusively by numbers. We operate in an era where achievement of high targets is celebrated as a successful HIV response. In our engagements, most often than not, we forget and we oversee the fact that we are also humans and not numbers. I am a person living with HIV. How does that make you see me? How does that impact your view of me? I am a member of the community, of course. Am I someone different from you because you are scientists, medical professionals, or academics? Or am I different because I am a person living as a virus who can be a potential subject of your research? My name is Inad. I'm a person living with HIV, and I'm going to say this not because I wanted to show off, but because I wanted to make a point. I'm also a lawyer. I worked in a legal realm in the Philippines for 3 years before I worked in the HIV field. I am an amateur entrepreneur. I had a small bakery. I'm also a baker. I am an artist. I had one art exhibit a few years back, and I'm going to have my second exhibit this year. Speaking on behalf of other people living with HIV, we are more than just a virus. Sorry. And I am having this call to action not because we wanted to be part of the research community, but because we wanted to be respected and we wanted to be involved and also own the data that we have lived for the past few years. First, we have to promote PLHIV ownership, or we have to promote key population ownership in these studies. Community, the word community does not mean no capacity. And I have just made that point earlier. We have to see people living with HIV and key populations as equally able partner in the medical, scientific, or academic endeavors. So when I say, so Rod has already defined what a community is earlier, but for me, what is a community? Community for me is the group of people or group of people who are living with HIV who share the same lived experiences of stigma, discrimination, human rights violation, challenges in accessing antiretroviral therapy, challenges in accessing or transitioning from nevirapine to dolutegravir, challenges in accessing viral load testing, challenges in making sure that we have stigma-free and discrimination-free experiences in the medical setting. So when I say that I am part of the community, I say that I am part of this group of people who have shared these lived experiences. I am not just a person living with HIV, I have shared these experiences. I am also entering into a new business venture. That's not an important fact, but the thing is, I am looking for professionals who are also living with HIV. I call them professionals instead of people living with HIV experts, because it is high time now to drop the label PLHIV and just say professionals. And I am surprised that there are a lot of professionals out there who are financial advisors, lawyers like me, doctors, insurers, and media and communication experts. And we don't see them anywhere. Why? Because this now goes to my second point, where we are calling for the researchers to observe empathy, not for the sake of complying the ethical standards, but by actually observing what we mean empathy. Finding out our HIV status, we are most likely to lose or leave our jobs for various reasons. Learning about our HIV diagnosis, we cope from self-stigma. We struggle to accept our new identity. This impacts our decision-making of whether to continue with our studies, to continue with our jobs, or to look for other jobs that accepts us, because we have this preconceived notion that we are not accepted anywhere. If we're having difficulty looking for equally able people living with HIV, it doesn't mean that they don't exist. Absence of evidence does not mean evidence of absence. And I think that's very much an accepted principle in research and scientific community. The third one, we have to go beyond the medical and the clinical subject matter and include the quality of life. The sets of information that I've just shared support the realization that we should be strongly advocating for the inclusion of mental health or quality of life of people living with HIV in our indicators or in our research studies. And lastly, in relation to community ownership, for the past few days, so I have been here in Singapore since the pre-APACC meeting, which started last Monday. And every time I hear about presentations which refer to PLHIVs or communities, it's always them, they, he, she, him. I have rarely heard us, we, or I. Why is that? Even if I am a person living with HIV presenting here, I still use they or them. And why is that? I don't know the answer, but help me. So the academic, medical, and scientific researches, we view them as a pivotal moment that can change our lives. For the past few years, this has been true, but only to some. And I hope moving forward, we can try to make this true to everyone. Thank you very much.